Victory Monday. Victory Monday. What's going on, New York Giants Nation? Man, I got to tell you, I wanted to get into this real quick. We won, okay? We won. And it wasn't pretty, all right? But it doesn't have to be. We haven't won pretty all year long. It doesn't have to be pretty. We just need to win, okay? And I can remember in the past video, I said that we could win this game, but then I said we could beat Philly, right? But in order for us to win, we have to go back to playing the football we were playing at the beginning of the year. And we were playing virtually mistake-free football. We was not hurting ourselves. We were not we were doing the little things right. We were tackling correctly and that type of thing. The defense was showing up. And so if you look at what this game was, it was a duplication of our success that we had, okay? It was never pretty, but we did the little things. And I cannot stress this enough, okay? The ball bounced in our direction, all right? We can do the little things correct. We make a mistake, there's a fumble, the ball bounces towards the other team, they recover, it's a whole different thing. So it's absolutely crazy that we are here after last year and the year before and all these previous seasons when meaningful football, it was over. It was over before Thanksgiving. It was over. Okay. So this is the New York Giants Eye Test channel where I promised you that it was going to be raw. It's going to be uncut. It's not going to be scripted. I don't do no post editing. I don't do any of that. It's not going to be pretty. Like I'm like the Giants. It's not pretty. Okay, it's not pretty. But on this particular episode, I want to really drill down on the good, the bad, and the ugly. And you could even say the great, okay, the bad and the ugly. And so I want to do something that I like to refer to as a compliment sandwich. Okay, you guys familiar with a compliment sandwich? Is when you say something nice and then something nice. Okay, but it's not just being nice; it's being truthful. Okay, now the good thing, the compliment, the thing that we should all really feel really good about. Okay, is Kayvon Thibodeaux. All right. I mean, let's just be honest. He's been coming on for a while now. Okay. And I heard some analysts try to compare him to Aiden Hutchinson and all of this or whatever. And I'm not taking nothing with respect to what Aiden is doing. He is balling out of control and I am happy for him. Okay. But I always felt like the comparison was kind of unfair. Like each team, each system, they use their players differently, okay? And so we've noticed this for a while. Like it wasn't on the stat sheet, but Kayvon Thibodeaux has been coming on strong for several games, okay? And this particular game, it just all came together. And we're talking about Kayvon Thibodeaux is supposed to be going against an okay offensive line, okay? So there is no excuses. I've never made any for Kayvon Thibodeaux. I've never made any excuses for any player on our team, all right? But Kayvon put it all together in this game. He had 12 tackles, and I'm not going to go into stats. I go by the eye test. He looked phenomenal. He looked game-changing. He looked like a game wrecker, right? He looked like what we are used to as New York Giants fans, okay? We know what our defense used to be, okay? We need to get back to that level. And thank goodness. This goes to my other, thank goodness. This goes to my other really good thing. So it's supposed to be a compliment and it's supposed to be, it's supposed to be a compliment. But man, I got a double stuff to compliment. Wink Martindale. Okay. For you to be making chicken salad out of chicken shit is absolutely amazing. Okay. I mean, you are doing a phenomenal job. You are aggressive. And you're using Kayvon Thibodeau and Ojulari and Dexter Lawrence and all of these players, you are using these players to the best of your ability, and you're not scared. That's what really, that is the number one thing that I have always appreciated by Wink Martindale. Like, everyone knows he's going to blitz a lot, but we are really, really talent deficient on this team. Our secondary is trash. All right. Our second level of the defense is trash. All right. And how about going out there and getting Landon Collins and bringing Landon Collins back home? Are we seeing what Landon Collins can bring to this team in this Wink Martindale system? Landon Collins looked good. Okay. Now, he may not be much in coverage, but he looked good. And we need help stopping the run. So now we're going to go to the part of it. Okay. The part of it. Listen, I had my notes and I'm sitting here looking at this, and I got to tell you, all right. First play of the game, a Barkley 3-yard run. First play, first down. Guess what we do? We run the ball. This almost seems like are we paying attention? Are the coaches saying to themselves, we want to be as vanilla and as predictable as possible? First down, first play, Barkley 3-yard run. Hand the ball off to Barkley. What a shocker. Shit pisses me the fuck off, right? Second play, you do pass. Pass is incomplete. Third play of the game, 3rd and 7, pass incomplete to Slayton. We have to punt. Okay, so we did a run, first down, first play of the game, a 3-yard run to Barkley, and that was it. We punted. Okay, the first possession, we accumulated a grand total of 3 yards of offense. Okay, the good, the bad, the ugly, or the great, the bad, and the ugly. Okay, first possession, 3 yards, right? Okay, that's the first possession. But in the first quarter, with 2:51 left in the quarter, Giants had only run 3 plays. All right. It's like, you can't make this stuff up. I mean, you really can't. I mean, I'm sitting here going through. Washington's second possession ended with the help of 2 offensive penalties. They set up for a field goal. We needed that. And I'm telling you, this is what I'm saying about the ball bouncing in our direction. Okay. The ball was bouncing in our direction. All right. So now I want to go back to what we were doing well. And I mentioned Kayvon Thibodeau, and I can't mention him enough. I mentioned Ojulari and what his value is on the other side of Kayvon Thibodeau. He is being really disruptive as well. I mentioned Landon Collins and what bringing him back is meaning to our defense. And I'm excited to see what that's going to look like when you get Adoree Jackson along with Xavier McKinney back. Okay. I don't know how Wink is going to make sure that those pieces are all on the field at the same time, but he's got to do it. Okay. But I want to get into Daniel Jones. Okay. And I'm not a Daniel Jones fan. All right. But I am a New York Giants fan. And whatever's best for the New York Football Giants, I am going to co-sign on. All right. So let's just put it out there. All right. Daniel Jones played a pretty good game. All right. He played a pretty good game. Like, he was crisp, okay, in his release. He was decisive in where he wanted to go with the ball. Those things were, I feel like, his deficiencies, okay? Him getting the ball out on time, being decisive, ball placement, ball accuracy. And I already told you, I don't care what the stats say. I don't care if the stats say his quarterback QBR is whatever. I don't care. Okay. I don't care about his completion percentage and all those little pretty stats. I leave that to people way smarter than me. I go by how the shit looks. And Daniel Jones, when he is under pressure and when he is not protected, and it's time for him to make a decision, shit don't look good. Okay. Shit don't look good. All right. But I will say that in this game, and I've seen it on and off again, on and off again. I have seen Daniel Jones perform throughout this season, and in past seasons, he has performed in certain situations that show you a glimmer of what Daniel Jones could be. So you look at Daniel Jones and you say, this actually could be the guy. And this is why it's so polarizing across our fan base, right? Isn't this why? Because you look at Daniel Jones and in one play, he does something stupid, right? Why the fuck did you do that? And then in the next play, he drops a bomb. Well, not a bomb, but you understand what I'm saying. A good ball, properly placed, accurate, or he does some magic and gets out of harm's way because he's been in harm's way since he's been on the New York Football Giants, right? Some offensive line problems. But he does something really, really, really creative to get out of what he would have been. It would have resulted in a sack or a loss or what have you. And he creates with his legs, okay? Seen this time and time again, but it hasn't been consistent. And then when he does take off and run, a lot of times it results in some sort of turnover. Okay. Not the case recently. And to be honest with you, this game really, really showed me that there is a glimmer that continues around Daniel Jones. He has some sort of energy. I don't have to worry about this kid's heart. I don't have to worry about his work ethic. I don't have to worry about his character. Okay. I don't have to worry about those things. But does he have the it factor? And we are all trying to figure that out. And I still hear analysts and commentators and everyone that speaks about our organization say that we cannot fairly evaluate Daniel Jones based on the pieces that we still currently have around Daniel Jones. But I say to that, what the fuck are we supposed to do? We have to make a decision on Daniel Jones, okay? Whether the fucking pieces around him are below average or not, the decision must be made, okay? And we can try to kick that can down the road all we want to. It doesn't matter. The decision has to be made. Are we keeping them? Are we letting them go? We letting them test free agency. We're going to tag them. We're going to try to sign him on a reasonable 2 or 3 year deal. Okay. Look, we have to make a fucking decision. We can't continue to go back and forth. It doesn't make it. You got some people that hate him. You got some people that love him. You got some people that every time he does something good, the first thing they do, they go on social media and they come up with these fucking stats. Where are my Daniel Jones haters at? Why are you even wasting your fucking energy on that? Okay. Are you a Daniel Jones fan or are you a New York Football Giants fan? So I will say that whether he stays or whether he goes, it's okay with me. All right. If we keep him, it's okay with me. If we don't keep him, it's okay with me. But if you don't keep him, you better have a really surefire plan in place to replace him. All right. And what I mean by that is this. Okay. The grass is always looking greener on the other side. Daniel Jones, to me, is not a hellified quarterback, but maybe he can be. I can't say with absolute certainty that he will not be a really, really great quarterback. Okay. Based on what I'm seeing, I can't say that for certain. I can't say he will or won't be. All right. But Daniel Jones did the damn thing in this game. Okay, now let me just go to the part of it. All right, so Giants second possession, first play, pass to Barkley for 9 yards, 2nd and 1. Second play, Barkley run for 1 yard. First down. All right. First down, Barkley run for 4 yards, 2nd and 6. Penalty, false start on Neal. Okay, now we're starting to see, all right, we got to pay attention. Okay, 2nd down, Jones run, 3rd and 6. First quarter expires. 2nd quarter, 3rd and 6, pass to Hodgins. It's complete, but it's short. All right. Now, again, my problem is that we threw a route. We called a play and threw a route that did not even go far enough to get the first down. Okay. I realize I might be nitpicking, but that's what the fuck we do as fans, right? So if you have 3rd and long, all right, please design plays that go past the yard to gain, please. Okay, I understand. Let's do a 3-yard dump off. Let's see if we can get some yak yards after the catch. All right, and I would agree with that if we had certain wide receivers or tight ends that can do yak. We threw the ball to Isaiah Hodgins. Okay. So with that being said, this actually began, I started to see a transition of more passing plays. And I'm going to tell you, New York Giants fans, this is what did it. More aggressive play calling with pass plays. Something we have been clamoring for I don't know how long, because it doesn't make a difference. Daniel Jones, you're an NFL quarterback, correct or no? Okay. Wide receivers, Isaiah Hodgins, Richie James, Darius Slayton. Are you all not NFL wide receivers? So I'm not going to throw you the ball because I do trust you because I said I trusted you, but I'm not showing you I trust you. I'm not showing you I trust you because I don't want Daniel Jones to throw the ball, and I definitely don't want Daniel Jones to throw the ball, and I don't want the game to go in your hands, right? So I'm going to hand it off to Barkley, and Barkley was going to get stuffed because they're going to load up the box, and that's where we've been at. Okay, but this game, they started throwing the ball. They started throwing the ball on first down. They started throwing the ball on second down. They started throwing the ball on third down. They didn't even know. Started mixing it up a little bit. They didn't know. Okay, and see, here's the thing. It worked. Now I know, which is going to get to my part, but this is the good thing. The good thing is that we started throwing the ball and it worked. We started going down the field. Shouldn't that tell you something? Okay. And the good, wide receivers started making plays. They started catching the ball, not really dropping the ball like we've seen before, catching the ball. Imagine that. Wide receivers catching the ball. Okay. But you got to give them experience. You can't not throw them the ball. And then when you do, every other drive or every third drive, you throw them the ball, and now you expect them to catch these clutch catches. Throw them the ball. It obviously works. It started working. Okay. And I think they did good. I think they did pretty good. I mean, all bullshit aside. All right. Richie James came up with some clutch. All right. Isaiah Hodgins came up with some clutch. All right. Guys that probably wouldn't even be able to start on another roster came up with some clutch. Man. I got to tell you though, it just, at the end of the day, and this is the not so good part of it, right, is that we still only scored 20 points. Okay. And I hear analysts say that, Daniel Jones isn't a stat stuffer, and this team isn't a stat stuffer and it don't matter. And as long as we win, it does matter. Okay. I don't know what the fuck y'all talking about. It does matter. It does matter that we have a problem where we can't score over 20 points. I mean, that shit matters. Like, we're in a division. I'm just talking about the division. We're in a fucking division where the Philly and Dallas score fucking points. How does it not matter? How the fuck doesn't it matter? It matters, okay? But it also matters that we're 8-5-1, okay? And we have 8 wins off of what we normally feel at this point of the season. And I wouldn't trade 8-5-1 or the way we won to get that 8-5-1 for anything in the world, okay? Last night, that was a pass interference on the last play. But like I said, the ball bounced in our direction. I'm going to take that all day long. Look, Washington Commanders fans, you could put an asterisk by that shit. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. I am taking the win, all right? All the way to the bank, all the way to the bank. I'm going to enjoy this shit all the way to the bank. But that was a pass interference, and it was blatant, and it was easy, and it's Darnay Holmes, all right? I mean, that's what happened when you don't have Adoree Jackson on the field. That's what happens when you put Adoree Jackson in it back there to field a punt. This is what happens. You got Darnay Jones draped over the man, and we got away with one. So I'm going to take that shit. I'm riding with it. All right. That was a pass interference. But here's the crazy shit that I don't even think people are talking about, but I'm going to talk about it. There was a pass that Heineke threw, that he threw directly to a New York Giants defender, hit him in the hands in the end zone. He dropped that shit. Okay? He dropped that shit. We are lucky to win this game. We are lucky the ball bounced in our direction on this one, okay? Because if we had caught that ball in the end zone, the game would have been over. Over. But at that time, Washington got away with something. So what can we say? All right. They got away with that one and then got beat over the head by the pass interference not being called. Now, I'm sure the league is going to draft the letter to the Commanders, and they're going to tell them it should have been called. We apologize. We apologize. My bad. My bad. My bad. We saw that shit. We was like, yeah, the league talking. Yeah, we saw that shit, dog. That shit was terrible. It was blatant. It should have been called. Our bad. All right. It don't matter. Ain't that the fucked up thing of it all? It don't matter. It's over now. You can't go back. You can't replay it. It's over. So the good, the bad. Hey, look, we 8-5-1, but we need to figure out how to score some fucking points. And I'm gonna tell you, Kafka, you starting to be a little suspect, dog. All right. I mean, I like the fact that you started passing more in this game than I think. Didn't like Daniel Jones have like 9 completions in a row at one point. I'm not sure if that's correct or not, because you know I don't like stats. I can look the shit up and I can regurgitate them if I choose to. I don't. I look at the shit and I can tell you. You could say 9 passes, you could say 5 passes, you could say whatever. Daniel Jones was on a streak of passing. Okay. He was on a streak of passing. He was in the zone, right? So it don't matter. But Kafka, I'm going to be honest with you, dog. I ain't impressed with your play calling. All right. Now I'm going to ride with you. Okay. I'm going to see what you do when we get better pieces. All right. Quality receivers and the like. But I'm not impressed with you. I'm not. Shit. This dude, I'm looking at this dude like, what the fuck kind of plays are you calling? we all watch football, not just our team, but we watch football. We all love us a football, right? So we watch other teams and we see plays. We like, holy shit. Did you see that? Did you see that? Did you see the space that shit created? I mean, you see these plays, and there's so much. These players are catching these balls in space, and that gives you the yak that you're trying to get. All right, Kafka, your shit is suspect. All right, clean your shit up. Maybe nobody else is willing to say it like they trying, or they like rah 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 right now. They're feeling real good right here, and that's cool. I feel good right there too. But I'm gonna just tell you what it is. What it is. Your shit is suspect. Period. All right. Barkley. Want to get to him real quick because Barkley started exploding up the hole. Like, whoo! Barkley looked like he did when he was carrying this team during our win streak at the beginning of the beginning half of the season. I mean, he looked really, really, really good. He looked really, really determined. And it's because of those runs that he put us in a position to close out this game. I mean, he really, really, really did. I mean, he did awesome shit like them spin moves that he was doing, timing too. Look at the timing. Like when he spun, like that was vision. His timing was perfect. Like motherfuckers was missing him. Spin was missing him. Okay. But can't do that too often because, of course, people going to look at tape and they'll be like, oh, okay, when he think he like to spin. Okay, well, we got something for that. Spin, bam, strip, ball out. Okay. Not saying it's going to happen, but I'm just telling you how the NFL catches up to shit. But Barkley did good. Tibbs did good. Ojulari did good. Daniel Jones did good. Landon Collins did good. Hodgins, Richie James, you guys did good. Of course, Dexter Lawrence, you doing your thing. You balling, baby. All right. I might have left somebody out. I don't know. But okay. So here's the other thing. The pass plays, okay, because everybody, all I heard was about this Washington rush, and they do have a really determined pass rush, okay. But I noticed that when I said that Daniel Jones was getting the ball out of his hands crisp and concisely, he also was doing it, and I also mentioned decisively. When in doing these things, he did not give the Washington pass rush time to get to him. Okay. And when when they were able to get to him, he found a crease to get through. So how many sacks did we get? How many sacks did our offensive line give up this game? Goose egg. Holy shit. All right. So I'm gonna give the offensive line a round of applause. I'm gonna give Kafka, like I told, his shit is suspect, but he called plays that allowed Daniel Jones to get the ball out of his hands fast enough to try to mitigate some of that pass rush. And I think that was pretty awesome. Now, again, teams will catch up. Teams will look at tape. Teams will know that, okay, this is what they're going to. They are starting to pass a little bit more, but they're only going to do A, B, C, and D, and they're going to try to take those things away. All right. So I'm going to wrap it up. Good, bad, and ugly. The only ugly I have, all right, the only ugly I have is that by us winning, Dallas Cowboys clinched a fucking playoff. By us winning, we clinched a playoff spot for the Cow Turds. How about that as a double-edged sword? How about that? Okay. I mean, I'm still going to enjoy the win. Most definitely. I'm going to enjoy this win, which was our first playoff game, really. And I'm going to enjoy the 8-5-1 record that we have. And I'm going to celebrate it. Okay. And I'm going to celebrate Daniel Jones and Tibbs and everybody else who gave 100%. Like we saw Tibbs was gas, man. He never stopped. Okay. I'm going to celebrate this. But we need to understand something. We only scored 20 points. All right. And by us doing this, by us beating the Commanders, we gave Dallas a playoff spot. Ugh. Does this mean we're going to have to see them again? I hope we see them again. Under these circumstances, I hope we see them again. I do. All right. Well, look, this is the New York Giants eye test. I appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. I never, ever say this, but I'd appreciate if you like, subscribe, okay? Raw and uncut shit I'm giving to you is not going to be like every other channel, because every other channel, even though I respect them, I watch them myself. I absorbed it. I love it. I love any New York Giants content that I can get my eyes and my brain into and my heart into. I love all of that. But at the end of the day, sometimes I feel a lot of fluff and shit, okay, in the mix, okay? Sometimes even in the midst of the excitement of winning, sometimes we forget to point out just shit that is glaring, that we see, that we just don't want to talk about at the time. But we have to talk about this shit. Okay, because we want us to evolve and be better. So we have to talk about it. Even in a win, we have to talk about it. All right. So, like, subscribe, show some love. All right. I love y'all. And I feel like we can make some moves if we can get some pieces back. So we might be in there. Watch out.